everybody, this is Tina and welcome to my video today. I have a card that we're gonna make, and it was kind of a mess when I started, but I had really wanted to make a card last night. I was really in the card making mood, and so between dinner and bath and getting the kids to bed, I was in and out trying to make this card. So I wanted to show you kind of the process and then what I came up with. Okay, so we're going to be using this stamp set. I had really wanted to use this Making Spirits Bright because I am trying to design my Christmas cards so I can get started on working on them. So I wanted to use this stamp set, and then we're using a couple punches. So I am starting with a Whisper White piece of cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and use this our thicker cardstock. I'm sorry, I'm trying to reach for it and grab it. And we'll cut that. And I thought I would do this at 5.5. So I usually don't do cards in this direction just because I like them better in the other direction, but I thought we would try it. So I cut that at 5.5 and it gave me this. And then we're gonna score this at 4.25. This is thicker cardstock, so I always score it just so it doesn't give that break up here, like tear, give that look that like where it tears. Okay, so that's our card base. So then what I wanted to do is use some of this. This is the vellum. I'm gonna kind of show you the process. Okay, so this is the vellum. There's this red vellum, striped vellum, then there's Christmas trees, and then there's the snowflakes. And I've used the snowflakes on another project. I started out by trying to use this Christmas tree piece. And I started out by using, the other paper I'm going to use is this designer paper. This is the designer paper that is in the annual catalog. It's the Christmas designer paper in the annual catalog. And then some of these designs are in the 6x6 designer paper pack. But I got this paper out, and I started out by trying to use these two together. And it really wasn't working. It just didn't, this green did not go with this green. So I scrapped that idea. And I decided to use this red vellum and then this stripes. Let's zoom in a tiny bit. Okay, so I thought, let's try that. So what I did is I trimmed the red vellum to 5.25. My card is 5.5 long. So I did 5.25, so it wouldn't go all the way to the edge. Then I took some of this. Is this red? Let's grab some red cardstock. I don't think that's red. Oh, you know what? No, I did this piece. Okay, so I did this, and we trimmed this right here. And we're going to put that strip on the card, okay? Sorry, this is a just real video for you guys today. I didn't plan anything. I'm just sharing with you guys what I made. So then what I want is a 2-inch strip of smoky slate. There is a gray color in these stripes, so that's why I chose that. And then I decided to do a 4.5. Let's see how that looks. Yep, that works. So this is 2 inches by 4.5. So then I want a piece that is 3 3/4 by 4.25. So that's going to be a layering piece. Okay. So far so good, right? We haven't stamped yet. So here's the white. We're going to layer this piece on here like this, and then we're going to layer these two pieces. Okay. So now, in order to attach the vellum, we don't want the adhesive to show. So lucky for us, these stripes are pretty thick. So we can just add a line of adhesive right over those, and then it'll be okay. So now we're going to layer this right on here. And then we can layer this piece on here like this. Now, I don't usually do a lot of layers when I'm making cards. I don't think I always think of it. So we can layer this like this. almost done, you guys. So now we're gonna have a piece of Whisper White, and I have this Making Spirits Bright, and I have some real red ink. So I'm gonna stamp this, but I have to go right off camera really quick because I can't stamp on this surface. It doesn't give me a good solid image. So I'm just stamping right off, and you can see that right there. Let's see, can you guys see? The ink didn't quite pick up. It made it a little splotchy. So I could, you know, re-stamp that if I wanted, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to show you guys the idea of the card. You'll get the idea. So I'm going to punch this out. This is our 2.5 inch punch. So now this is where I kind of started trying to figure out what to do. I first used our 2.5 inch punch. This is the 2 inch circle punch, and then we have a 2.5 inch punch. Well, this is not going well, you guys. We'll cover that up. Okay, that's okay. I think that's better. I'm not sure. Maybe I made it worse. Okay, so I punched this with the 2 inch punch. Then I grabbed our 2.5 inch punch and I punched this out, and I thought I would layer it. But what happened is I felt like the layer was too big, and I really didn't like that. So then I grabbed this punch. This is the 2 3/8 scalloped punch. Can I punch this out? Will it work? Or do I need to get another piece of gray? And then I layered this on here, and I liked that better. So I went ahead and I just used Snail to layer this. Sometimes I think adding a circle to a scalloped circle, it makes me feel like it's a flower. And so I wasn't sure if I really liked it because I didn't want this Christmas card to feel like it was a flower. But I was like, let's just go with it. So then I popped this part up like this. So I felt like that was a pretty good card. It's layered pretty well, but I felt like it needed a little something else. So what I did is I grabbed my sequence, one of my sequence containers. I get asked about these containers all of the time. These containers are from Walmart, and they're back in the beaded section. So you go back where there's the jewelry, where you make the jewelry, and that's where you'll find these. I like these because the lid comes up and then these come out individually. So instead of like the pill type containers where they're square and the lid just comes up but it's still all attached, I like being able to just open this up, grab the one out that I want, and then set it aside. This is some old sequence from last year, from the holiday catalog last year. It was in one of the kits. So I thought I would add some sequence. One more sequence right up here. I just add my sequence with glue dots. If some of the glue dot hangs out, you can just push it under the sequence, and then it kind of gives your sequence a little bit of dimension. So, and I feel like there needs to be one more piece right here. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you think with sequence or without? So that is what I did. I also, on my card last night, I took my Wink of Stella and I put it all over this image, but it made the ink run into the white part where the sentiment was. So I'm not going to do that this time, but that's how the card came out. So let me know what you guys think. You can also head over to my website right up here, or by clicking down below in the description bar, and there'll be a photo of this card for you to pin to Pinterest. So thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me to the very end of my video. I have a couple other videos for you guys. The very first one is another card that I made using this stamp set. It was a fall inspired card. It was my team swap card. You can check that one out. Or if you're not quite in the mood for Christmas yet, I have a Project Life video where I share with you guys how I put together my 4th of July layouts using a couple different designs for the Project Life inserts. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I will talk to you tomorrow with a Project Life by Stampin' Up
video, and I'm going to be using the Project Life app. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow. Thanks guys so much and have a great day.